Former City Council President Tony Young left his position in 2012 to take a job that paid nearly $200,000 a year. Some say Young is a prime example of losing city leaders because of inadequate pay and no salary increase for more than a decade. Bob Ottley, president of San Diego's Salary Setting Commission, joins me with why the council's salary practice matters. Welcome to Evening Edition.
Well, thank you for having me on.
Now, Bob, how has the mayor and the council's salary been determined in the past?
Since 1973, the city of San Diego has had a salary setting commission, which are citizens who recommend the pay for council and mayor. Then it has to go to the council to be voted upon, so they have the final say. Unfortunately, that hasn't resulted in any increases in now 12 years.
Well, yesterday the city council voted to allow the San Diego Salary Setting Commission, which you're president of, to write a charter amendment that would preclude them from voting on their own salary and raises. What would you like to see in that amendment?
Well, what we want to do is take away this idea that the council has to vote on its own pay, because unfortunately it never will. It's politically unpopular to do so. Yet we really need to set the pay for those positions sufficient to attract a talent pool so the voters can decide. So what we want to do in a charter amendment, if we do one, is just tie salaries to some threshold or baseline, whether it's judge's salary or something else, so that it automatically moves forward, just like we do at the County of San Diego, and it's worked extremely well there for 39 years.
Well, why would the voters ultimately decide in this model?
Well, because the current salary setting method is in the charter. And so that can only be changed by the voters. So without a vote of the people, we can't change the system. They would have to vote on it, and I think they would be supportive. We're very comfortable that the people of San Diego appreciate the importance of this issue.
Well, I know for years your group has recommended that the council not vote on their own salaries. What's the reasoning behind that?
Well, the reason is that politically it hurts them if they vote for a pay raise, so they're afraid their opponent is going to use that against them. Also, I think in the past, some council members have also thought that it's to their political advantage to be seen as campaigning against increases. The problem with that is that it doesn't change the pay structure. And whether you're a large private corporation or a large nonprofit organization, to get the best leadership, you have to make it attractive enough so that people can leave their other jobs and come to you. And we just don't have that. We really have two ends of the spectrum now. People that make $75,000 or less, which is our current council pay, are very wealthy people. And we're leaving out of that talent pool everybody in between, which may be 95% or more of the competent individuals who could help us run the city.
So specifically, when you're talking about this pool that you want to draw from, how would the lower salaries impact that? Are we not gathering a big enough pool, or people going elsewhere?
Well, you know, I'm an attorney. Starting attorneys now make over $100,000. Many secretaries and paralegals make over $100,000. 4,000 city employees make more than $75,000. So what happens is, you know, we don't necessarily want to pay somebody who's on the council the same as they might make in the private sector, but we have to pay people enough. If we really want a citizen legislature, we have to pay them enough so that if they have a kid in college, or if they've got a house payment, they can afford to leave their private or nonprofit job for 8 years, come serve the city, and still be able to make their payments every month.
3 members of the city council opposed your proposal yesterday: Sherry Leitner, Mark Kersey, and Lori Zapp. Did they explain why they opposed it?
No, and I don't think they were opposed, because Mark Kersey, for one, spoke favorably generally of addressing the problem. I think they wanted the issue to come back to Ms. Leitner's committee as opposed to going first to the Salary Setting Commission. But we're prepared to do this. This is what we're trained to do. This is what we signed up to do. This is our job, and we're going to make some good recommendations here.
If Leitner's opposed, was it a matter of process then for her, do you think, or is she opposed to the actual amendment?
I'm not sure. We were in front of her committee in January and nothing came out of it, so it may just be that the other council members wanted to send it back to us. They didn't really say, but I got the sense that the entire council believed that we have a problem, that the system that we have is dysfunctional and it needs to get fixed. And you know what? It's not their problem. They didn't create the situation we now have. It's been thrust upon them unfairly, I would suggest.
And we need to end with this briefly. I want to know if you think the voters will support this increase of pay for city leaders, especially since we know that the median income for a family of 4 in San Diego is less than $75,000 a year.
Well, I don't think people are going to view this as to whether somebody that runs the organization, the largest organization in the county, should make as much as them. I think if you're a shareholder of this company, which is the city of San Diego, you want the best possible leaders. And I think people know that you need to pay to attract that talent. We think it's going to have strong support. This is really a good government reform measure.
All right, Bob Ottley, thanks so much for the update.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.